these people who claim to be Muslim commit acts of bid'ah which may constitute kufr or less than that to the truth by explaining the truth without being hostile or condemning them while they're doing it. But once we know they are too arrogant to accept the truth, Allah says, interpretation of the meaning, and insult not those whom are disbelievers who worship besides Allah, lest they insult Allah wrongfully without knowledge. Al-Nam 6108. If we find out they are stubborn and arrogant, we should point out their falsehood, because by pointing their falsehood, it becomes an obligation upon us. With regard to boycotting them, depends upon the bid'ah. The bid'ah constitutes kufr, and it's obligatory to boycott a person who does it. If it's a lesser degree, it's essential to examine the situation further. If something may be achieved by boycotting the person, then we do it. If no purpose is so bad, or it makes the person more disobedient or arrogant, then we should avoid doing that, because it serves no purpose. It's better not to do it. Also, the principle of haram to boycott a believer, because the Prophet ﷺ said, it is not permissible for a man to forsake or not speak to his brother for more than 3 days. Adapted by Majul, Fatwa ibn Utaymin. Shirk, this is about shirk now, about bid'ah, this is shirk. But this is what this is what it's about bid'ah, alhamdulillah.
Hello, how are you? I'm alright, how are you? I'm good. So I think you asked a very valid question there, but I'm curious, why do you think is that? Why do you think Christians hate Muslims and Muslims hate Christians?
If you read it correctly, why do some Christians dislike Muslims, not all?
Okay, fair enough. Again, the question remains.
What? Question for what?
Why do you think it happens?
I don't know. Well, they worship a Muslim man, so for me, why do you hate Muslims if you worship a Muslim man? You know what I mean?
Do Muslim people hate Christians?
Oh, no, the answer for Muslim is because Islamophobia and all the media and all that. You have not been with. Have you interacted with a Muslim before yourself? Let's talk just about yourself.
And I have interacted with Christians as well. I'm neither a Christian nor Muslim. Just to.
So, what is your opinion? What is your opinion on both sides of the aisle?
I think both are equally wrong because they are hateful towards each other.
So I'm saying, have you experienced it yourself? Have you experienced it yourself?
Yes, from both sides.
Give us the example from both sides, please.
Okay, so from the Christian side, I was born and raised a Christian, and Christians evolved me, basically just told me to, fuck off, because I didn't want to believe in their religion any longer. Sorry, I didn't want to. Okay. So let me rephrase it.
Try not to use any, try to use it a good language. Go ahead.
Okay. So there is a word called shunning, I think, in English, right? So Christian shunned me. Okay? And then when it comes to Muslims, I don't think I ever felt welcome by a Muslim religion because I was always a Christian. And I was antagonized by them. I think, if you're a Christian, Muslims won't talk to you because you're a Christian.
Brother, I love Christians because I talk to them every day.
Now, can you? What are you? What part of the in the world you? Where are you?
I'm from Poland. I'm from Europe. I'm from Poland.
So there is Muslims and Christians in your neighborhood.
No.
The brother's from Poland, so he hadn't had many interaction with Muslims.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Let me just. So when I ask you, did you have any direct example?
Yes, because I traveled. Yes, I traveled.
Where did you? Okay. Give us. Where did you travel to? What country did you travel? And give us. Oh yeah, I have friend. I pulled it. So was this like a one-time thing that happened in each side, or did you like practice it a lot? The hate you're talking about. I'm saying you said there, you seem to observe a lot of hate on both sides. I'm saying, does this happen a lot or daily? Did you see any love at all in the observe? No, no, I'm talking to you about you. Don't talk about them and them. Just talk about your personal experience. We don't think for others. Don't think for the Christians. Don't think for the Muslim. Just give me your your opinion and your experience on how did you get to this conclusion. You can't just come and say, "Oh, you guys, that's not how it works here." Go ahead.
Just so we're not being rude to each other, can we all give each other an opportunity to speak so we take turns?
Yeah, but we gotta focus on what we say, and we can't bounce everywhere. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, so what was the question again? Have I experienced any violence from Muslims personally? That's your question.
Yeah, in other words, how did you
As
come
a
to this
Christian or as an
conclusion?
atheist or as a whoever. Like, I'm not sure what your question is. Sorry.
Bojack, would you agree that there's quite a lot of discrimination that takes place in Poland, like on both sides?
Oh, yeah, there's discrimination happening all sides.
Yeah. So,
And everywhere. All at once. Yeah.
I live in a community that's very mixed, right? And in my own personal mosque, right, I have Polish Muslims who stand alongside me. In my workplace, I have Polish people who work with me as well, Christians as well, and we all live very peacefully. You know, there's no friction between anybody. In fact, the Polish people and the Muslim people are very close. The Polish Christians and the Muslim people in the UK, they're very close because culturally we have similarities. You know, so we identify those similarities in terms of family values and whatnot. I fully agree
Exactly.
with you. And you see when you have culture and you have people interactions, people can interact with each other peacefully and can live within the same community. But as soon as you add religion to it, you poison the communities.
No, no, hold on one second. Did you know that? Let me answer this point you just said. Let me prove you wrong from history. Let me prove you wrong from history because you're not gonna jump. When Islam was in Europe, they lived together for over 700 years peacefully. They used to pray sometime in the same mosque, in the same church. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about that in your book, it's written that you should convert people as one of the main things that.
Oh, now you want to go to the Quran. So let's just get to where you came here. Yeah.
Let me say something.
Go ahead, yeah.
Can you provide the evidence where it says you should convert people, Bojack?
I don't have evidence, but is it in your book or not? Tell me. Okay, so you can tell it's not. You can tell it's not in your book. I don't know.
Calm down.
I think it's better if one person talks to one person.
Yeah, one person, please. Yeah.
They're like Congo, the water.
There is no compulsion.
Bojack, what you just said is a hateful comment on your part, my friend. You are the one who's doing the hating, and you are coming and blaming the religious people of hate. Can you provide evidence for your claim?
I cannot. Can you say that?
Then
Okay.
can you retract your statement?
Okay, so it's like Quran 2:5-6. Can you read it out loud?
You just said you can't. So is this an evidence now?
It is an evidence now because I googled it. I am not ashamed of it.
So you
I don't
have
know
an
it by
evidence,
heart.
okay.
I don't know
So-
Quran. I don't know Quran. I don't know it by heart.
Okay, go
Brother
ahead.
Wiza, please.
Go ahead,
We're not
guys.
going to get anywhere when we talk over each other and shout.
To what?
Keep it calm.
Go to what?
2,
What's the reference?
2:5-6. Let's read it.
2256. It says
Yes.
no compulsion in the religion.
Exactly.
No, but let's read it out. Let's read it out. Let's read it out
You
loud.
read it out. You read it. You read it out.
And if your Lord had pleased, surely all those who are in the earth would have believed, all of them. Will you then force men till you become believers? He said, yes. So, I mean, he says yes. Like force them, and he says yes.
You have understood it 100%
It's funny, man.
wrong.
But it says it in your Bible.
Your comprehension is wrong.
Your Quran, it says it.
Listen, Jack. Everybody, please, everybody, please, let him say. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So leave him alone. Jack, can you read it again?
What's the point?
Think about what you're reading.
And if your Lord means
You don't understand. You understood it. Jack, listen. You have understood what you just read. You understood it 100% wrong. He's saying if Allah wanted, He could have made everybody believers. Are you going to force people to believe? It is a rhetorical question, you idiot.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's fine, guys. I'm not.
So basically,
I'm
it's
not trying-
saying exactly the opposite what you thought it was saying. That's the
Okay,
problem.
that's okay. That's fine. You proved me. That's fine, guys. I'm not here to prove you wrong, and I'm not confronting.
Yeah, but you came here to make a statement that you had. You came here to make a baseless statement, and that's the problem. Go ahead.
Relax. Come on.
Like, let's keep the energy
Yeah, just take a deep breath, guys.
Aussie Pac-Man, how are you, man?
Not all at the same time.
That's just how I talk, guys.
So, Bujak, can I ask you this? And probably invite you. Be a bit more inquisitive
Aussie?
in your questioning. Instead of implying, be a bit more sincere and forthcoming. Just say, look, I've read this, I'm confused, or I'd like some clarity. And then
Exactly.
you quote the verse, you'll probably find a better engagement and answer.
Aussie Pac-Man, don't interrupt.
Ozzy, I would prefer to talk just with you about this because if other people start shouting at me, and then we lose the entire point of our discussion.
I understand, but having said that, you have to realize that the historical context here is that people have come on live and have done this. So they're schemed.
I appreciate that, but at the same time, you cannot accuse me of doing, of being dishonest.
So let's just do this. Let's reset this.
Yeah,
If you have genuine questions, if you have any,
Exactly.
yeah, forthcoming. Be forthcoming. Whatever doubts you have, whatever questions you have, be open-minded about it. But be keen to learn. If you come with that intention, you'll find we will be very different to you.
Yeah. It'll be a different conversation.
So go for it. Do you have any other questions?
Could I give Bob Jackson?
Okay, so let me ask you a different question then. Guys, without going into the Quran, or because obviously you know Quran better than I do, obviously, and
Yes.
I'm not on par with
Thank
you.
you.
So let me ask a different question. Why do you think there is such a stigma on people of Islam when it comes to violence? Why do you think it happened? Where the stigma originate? Without going into the Quran, because more of the Quran.
In history. I can pinpoint it in history.
Yeah.
I am of an age where I grew up where Muslims were not the bad guys once upon a time. And I'm sure Aussie Pac-Man, Sheikh Abu Musa and some of the other brothers could also remember a time where it was actually quite nice to live in communities we weren't villainized. Things changed in the late 80s and early 90s. So for a millennia, we've been the good guys. Yeah, we've helped out the Yahud, a race of people who now claim Israel. We helped them out. We helped out the Spanish. We helped out most of the world. Islam spread peacefully. And then the Gulf War happened. And if you don't understand politics or history, this is going to go way over your head. So tell me now to stop if you don't understand.
No, I do. And then I also...
Let me Bojak, I'll tell you the core of it, yeah.
But I'm not talking to you. I mean, okay, anyways.
No, hold on.
Listen, if you want to learn, you can't be ignorant.
Yeah, just hold on a minute. After the Berlin Wall came down, which you are part of on the other side of the wall, the economic system of the world works on there's been a common enemy. For 70 years, the Berlin Wall, the other side was the enemy, and then the enemy was neutralized. Now we need a new enemy. And that's how the Islam in 2001 became the religion of violence. But Islam has been here for 40
Yeah, exactly. I think that was another event rather than.
It's like making a new boogeyman. You know what a boogeyman means?
Islam, and I'm not. Come on.
Very, very loud.
No, that's just
Yeah,
how
let
I
me-
speak,
let me
guys.
just-
You know,
let me
it's
complete
not.
my thought
Don't take it
process.
personal.
Then
This
I
is
have
just
your
me
say.
talking.
Before
I'm not shouting.
9/11, the people who caused the violence of the world, the First World War, the Second World War, they cleansed the Native Americans, the Australian native, and colonized most of the world, including most of the Muslim countries.
Who is this lady?
Were people of who, Bojack?
She think I'm screaming.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Who did all those
Okay, that's fine. So can I ask a question? Because just to settle it once and for all, what is your opinion on 9/11? What happened there? What is your opinion?
Oh, that's what he was going down.
As a
9/11
Muslim, what
was
is
an
your
attack
opinion?
on the Muslim world.
No, as a Muslim, what is your opinion?
9/11 is a homemade. It's a homemade, bro.
I am telling you.
It's a homemade.
No, but the people who did it, like the people who did it, who were they, and why?
Listen, Bojack,
Why do you think they did it?
Bojack, listen to my words, yeah? 9/11 was not attack on America, it was attack on the Muslim world.
Exactly.
9/11 was attack on the Muslim world by the Muslims?
It was a black flag.
Yes, because you have to have a reason in order to do evil, and that was the reason. It was a homemade. You need to go back and
who
look.
did it? So
Who
who
did
did,
it?
in your opinion, guys? So who did, in your opinion, guys, who did it?
That's the age-old question: who's behind everything?
What happened?
You know,
It doesn't matter
it
who
was a black flag exercise.
So can I?
No, brother Desh.
No, but it's not, because it's an interesting topic, actually.
The result of it is,
It was in the same way.
listen, Bojack, you came here claiming...
in Iraq. You know, did they find WMDs in Iraq?
If you talk over each other, I cannot hear you.
Did they find WMDs in Iraq?
No, he doesn't even know what... No, Brother Desh, he doesn't even know what WMD is. Ask him.
You don't know what.
Do you know
Because
what
they don't
WMD
remember
M5,
this. They don't have very...
M6.
They have selective memory.
There was a movie called Three Kings about
Do you know what
a biographical movie about 3 American soldiers.
If you talk over each other, I cannot hear you.
I'm speaking. There's only me speaking. I think you've got lag. There was an American movie based upon the Gulf War called Three Kings, and it was quite famous. And it talked about it was a biographical movie about how the soldiers would ransack the Iraqi gold supplies and set up businesses in America after the war. It's actually a well-known fact. They did not have any WMDs in Iraq whatsoever. It was just a means to get into the country, because otherwise,
Because you
what would
kept
they do?
shouting, brother, over everybody. You have no control over yourself. Can't have a conversation with you in the mix.
But that's fine. I appreciate.
Bro,
I
Project.
appreciate. Sorry. I appreciate what you're saying, Sesh. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I apologize.
No, fine. Okay.
But I appreciate what you're saying. But you told me like stories, which is fine. But tell me straightforward. What do you think happened?
These are not stories. These are
Okay, but
actual
tell me.
events.
Okay, but I will need to
Can
look
I-
into them and then watch movies and read
Bojack,
books.
can I-
That's okay. I don't
listen,
have time for this.
Google-
Tell me what
Google-
happened.
Google-
In your
Can I-
opinion, tell me what happened.
It's funny.
Can I chip in?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, Ozzy.
I wanted to hear from Zesh
Yeah,
to
go
tell
on,
me
brother.
what happened.
Yeah, go on.
Sure. Zesh is talking to you, so go for it.
No, it's fine. One speaks, we all speak together. It's fine, but
No,
go
fair
ahead,
enough.
bro.
There, he wants your opinion, so that's fine.
Yeah, no, not opinion, facts. What happened?
What happened where? Which
In the 9/11, who attacked who and for what reason?
I
So-
don't know.
But your best
I-
guess.
I-
What is your best
Let me,
guess?
let me give you some observations, and maybe you can refute this. We can build on this. I know this for a fact. That under 9/11, Muslims died as well, in those attacks. You can fact check that. So I know religion's not involved, even
Of
though
course,
religion
Muslim,
is created
everyone died there. All religions died there. I mean,
correct.
it's
Correct.
obvious.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the root cause of this is it wasn't an isolated incident. That's another fact. It's a chain and series of events. That's also a fact. Why did it
Okay.
happen? It's got multiple root causes. Just like many things that happen in our life. So there is no single root cause. There are some
Okay.
primary
But
root
if
causes.
you were to
can say
put
what
it
are
on
the
a
main-
pie chart, like what
Would
was
you,
the
would you
main
allow me to
root
finish?
cause?
Would you allow me to finish, please? If you were to actually look at the main factors of what caused it, it had a series of chain of political and regional issues between different sects of people, cohorts of people. I don't want to use the word politics, but that's what it is. The host here hit it absolutely on the head from one of the starting points. Zesh also pointed out the start of this decades before. There's politics involved. It usually revolves around resources. It always revolves around power and resources. Always does. And it hides behind different propagandas. Religion, ethnicities, nationalities, you name it. But it all comes down to power and resources. Why do you think Russia is attacking Ukraine? Same exact thing. Resources.
Okay, that's
Can I ask you a
I
question
hear you.
about that?
I hear you. But my question is,
Can I ask you a
those
question in
people?
return? Can I ask you a question in return? So, in the 1940s, a very famous and evil German painter took
No,
over.
I think, brother, guys, hold on a minute.
By force, or did he do it by propaganda?
Brother Zesh,
I
and
think it
Bojack
comes
is not
down
gonna
to a
listen
simple
us. He's
question:
made up his mind.
Did those people fly the planes into the towers for the money or because of the religion? And that's the question, right?
I don't
It
know.
cannot be. It's either or.
Hold on a minute. Bo, what's your opinion?
My opinion is because of the religion, because they wanted to kill the infidels.
Why and why?
I don't know why. Because
Why?
it's your religion, guys. I don't know why.
But we're not flying airplanes.
So why do you have that opinion? Hold on, guys. Let me just, Brother Ruzipek, wait a minute. Why, if you don't know why are you saying it?
Because there is no other reasonable explanation.
But
Why
you don't
would
know
anyone
why.
fly a plane into a building
You're
and
saying
commit
it
a
yourself,
suicide if it
but you have a
wasn't for
position on something you don't
absurd
know.
religion beliefs? There is no other way for someone to commit a suicide.
Okay.
There is no other explanation
But that-
other than
no, but-
ridiculous, absurd religious beliefs.
but-
No other explanation for committing a suicide. Flying
No.
a plane into a
Bro,
building.
it was
why
homemade,
does
bro.
hold on.
You're not getting the point.
Where does the Islam says go commit suicide and blow up buildings?
Spot on.
I don't care if it says it or not. We can argue all day long. But there were
Come on.
people who did this, right? And there were obviously Muslim people. So they did this for some reason.
No.
Why did they do it?
You
Is
said,
the question.
listen, you're making I don't know who those people, why they did it, but you seem to know. So can you tell us about it, please? You know, and we don't know. So tell us.
Tell you about what?
You are a Christian, aren't you?
I am not a Christian. No, I'm a
You are a
naturalist.
Christian. You're lying.
I am a naturalist.
He's
I'm not a
anti-religious.
Christian. I'm a naturalist. I'm not a Christian.
Yeah.
Naturalist.
No, can you tell me where does Islam teaches people go kill themselves and blow up building? Can you give your evidence, please?
I'm not saying that Islam teaches people to kill themselves. I'm saying that your book can be interpreted in such a way so that
Jesus, Zion.
some
So can you
people
tell me-
some people can assume that it is something that they.
Can you tell me which verses of my
But I
book
quoted
can
you
be
a verse at 10 minutes ago, and you shut me down, and you told me to shut up and
he
move on to another
corrected you.
subject.
No,
So what's the
no.
point? I mean,
He
That's what I was
corrected
doing.
you. You misunderstood the verse. Even
That's
Zach
what
gave
I
you a
was
lot of
I
benefits of that verse.
misunderstood the verse. The verse said exactly what it was. It's word by word, and I was told to I misunderstood it. So
Bojack,
sorry.
calm down. You want Islam, a Quran to say kill the infidels. You know, in our book it doesn't say infidels. You know that.
No, but if it says anything even close to killing others because they don't believe in what you believe, that is enough for me to
It
dismiss
doesn't
it.
say that, you idiot.
doesn't
I
say
told
that.
you before.
It doesn't say that. You misunderstood. That's what we corrected you before.
You are an imbecile. You don't know what you're talking about. That's why you're making empty claims.
You know when I said Bojack
Okay,
to ask the
Quran,
question
so
of the
let me read it
Bible?
again. I can read it again. I can seriously read it again. I don't
Let me
care.
talk to him. Listen,
Quran
you imbecile.
2256. Let's read it again.
Imbecile. Have you ever read the Quran?
Come on, I never offended you. So
Why,
that's not nice.
You're not offending me. You're misquoting my
Get rid
scripture
of him.
and saying it, telling you to kill people. And I'm telling you, but you never read something.
Get rid of
But
him.
it's
Let me
never-
tell you
claim
guys
about
It's
some-
not
listen,
fair to call me an
listen,
imbecile.
Bojack, listen. Oh, he ran off now.
He ran.
That was tragic, to be honest with you. I mean, it's you can't have a legitimate conversation with anyone, brother.
No, these people are so ignorant and so hateful. They have so much hate in their heart.
Brother, that's
and
not
they hide
ignorance. That's not ignorance. Ignorance is
Let
what you
me
don't
back
know.
up.
You told him. You got educated.
Yeah.
What this is arrogance. You see, he's thinking he knows. His intelligence is up to par.
No,
And when
brother.
you give him feedback, he doesn't listen.
Actually, Ozipek, it is ignorant. I'll tell you what the ignorance is. The ignorant people, they think they know everything, when they know nothing. Like for instance, what he was reading, the verse of the Quran he was reading, he understood it 100% upside down.
Times, maybe I don't need to go back.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Doesn't even
You know
have
what
the
the-
You know what I'm talking
reading
about.
comparison, and upsets me when people don't listen.
No, I understand, brother. But you know what this says about hate is hate begets hate. If you imply hate in your narrative, doesn't matter what the scripture is saying, you will find the hate in
No,
it,
solo
and you
Marine,
will use that for your narrative. He's 100%
Yeah,
Islamophobe, but he needs to reflect on that deeply. He thinks that if there is a little bit of intelligence, I think what you've done there, mashallah, is giving him feedback. He needs to think about it, because he wanted to revisit that to make a point, but this is not a time to take point. He needs to think about and listen and get educated on that.
What he did was, you know what the Islamophobe doing? He went on a
He came here
website
with
where
hate and
this
start
is what they
throwing
do.
him
They
like, hey, slow
misquote
down.
about it. You know, it
I'm
says
gonna
there
start you
some
one
sentence
by one,
about
and then we're gonna
people not
dismantle
believing,
them.
and are you going to force them?
Talk logically.
And they use
Yeah.
this,
They're like, oh, you
push
shy. I'm
this,
not shy,
push
like,
this
how-
about.
I make points.
And soon as you
Yeah,
hear
no,
it,
I get that. Little information is
But
a
anyway, I'm
dangerous
gonna
thing,
shut
as
this
they
down.
say. So he needs to be educated. So
He need-
this is
oh,
what the
of
call
course.
is, that if they come and asks, I didn't understand the full context because he was here before I joined. I was trying to reset the conversation and invite him to be.
Christians and Islam hate Muslims, and he is not religious. He came to that sort of thing. It's like middle religious.
Yeah, no, he's still not forthcoming. I invited him to say, be forthcoming. Tell us exactly what you're thinking first before you ask the question, so we can give you that frame of reference. We know how to answer your questions properly, because we don't know your background and your understanding. And that is usually the biggest clue, isn't it? When somebody comes and like you said, Silky.
Exactly. Assalamu alaikum, brother Azi. How are you?
Talk about Silky. How are you, brother?
You brought the keys this time or what? I need the keys. No, because I know these kind of people. They bounce everywhere, and you got to get them in the spot right away. But he thought I was shouting. That's how I talk all the time. I'm not shouting. I was trying to tell him. I like how you say, why, sir? You make I feel like.
The thing is, it's good to be loud sometimes. And my father is the thing is, that doesn't mean once you understand and you understand people can be different. But there's also law. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
once you understand and you understand people. That's all. It's like you talk laws of your voice.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you could tell he coming through like statements there left and right, and we have to stop him.
Mashallah, with the 4 or 5 of us, I don't think that would have gone down well anyway.
Yeah.
So just have a little patience with what's the word, parents.
yeah, I know, but no, that's how I talk for real. This is just my voice.
One of those things, you try your best, but sometimes you get saying. Sometimes you get upset and you don't want to give those things your mind. Try your best, but sometimes you get still though, you get upset.
He wasn't talking religion. He was mixing politics and using the scripture to malign Islam. He was attacking Muslims and Islam at the same time.
Exactly.
He wanted to prove something that's not cannot be proven. And so the idea was I was trying to see this.
I have to go for Isha prayer. Gotta go maybe. I think Algerians are live, so you will go and join him and support him. I think Algerians are live, so you will go and join him and support him.
Okay, salam.
Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, guys, perfect. He's gonna go to Algeria.